Hello, year 10s. Alright, today we're looking at simple volume. Now, simple volume, I talk about volume of prisms. Prisms are shapes where there is a single cross-section that goes the entire way through. So, here, that is a prism, because the cross-sectional area is this triangle in here. Many people think the volume of a shape is the area of its base times its height, and it is the area of its base times its height, but I find it more helpful to think of the area of the cross-section times its height or length. Because here, if you thought area of base, some people would go and calculate this. But that isn't the same the whole way through. So what I mean by cross-section is something that is the same the whole way through. So imagine if you took a slice of that cross-section, could you then continue slicing the whole way through? So if you took a slice of the area I've coloured in green, and then tried to take another slice parallel to it, your next slice up would be smaller. Because it's a different size, it's not the cross-section. If you took a slice here of that purple one, the next slice back would be the same size. And that's what a cross-section is. A cross-section is something that is the same slice the whole way through. And volume is the area of that slice multiplied by the length, or the distance between the extreme slices. So with a cylinder, that is your cross-section. Right. Now, that gives us the area of uniform solids or prisms. It's just the area of the end or cross-section multiplied by the length. Cones work in a similar way. Cones, pyramids, otherwise known as tapering solids. Anything that tapers up to a point is a tapering solid. Now, a tapering solid has area of base, whether it's circular, square, rectangular, pentagonal, area of base times height multiplied by a third. Finally, volume of sphere, 4 on 3 pi r cubed. We're so used to seeing pi r squared, quite often we write squared there instead. Please make sure if your volume is cubed, think about your units ending up as cubed. It should be pi r cubed. Alright, so to find the volume of something like this, you would recognize which side is the cross-section. Now, it's not the base, the one it's sitting on, because if you took that slice and went up, the slice would get smaller and smaller. This area here is the cross-section. So, volume equals area of base, just habit, should be area of cross-section, times height. Area of base here is a half a plus b times h, and I know that's confusing because we're talking about two different heights here, but h here is that height there, the 6, multiplied by height of the shape. So half 10 plus 15 times 6 times 25 equals, well, a half times 6 is 3 lots of 25 times 25. 25 times 25 is what, 625? 625 times 3. 625 times 3 is 1,875 centimeters cubed. Alright, here. Tapering solid. Note a few key things. Firstly, this here can be used as the base. And we haven't been given the height. What we have been given is a slope down this middle face here. So this is actually a little trickier than you first appears. However, we do know the basic formula. Now the basic formula for this will be volume equals a third area of base times height. Alright, so let's consider the area of the base for now. The base is an equilateral triangle with length 6. So to find the area of this base, we need, it's a triangle, so it's a half base times height. If I take out a right angle triangle, 3, 6, not to scale, I need this here. X will equal the square root of 36 take 9. X equals root 27. Alright, so therefore the area of this triangle is a half times root 27 sorry, a half times 6, because that's a half times the base, times the height. So it's really the same as 3 root 27. Alright, so in our formula up here, we know that the area of the base is 3 root 27. So let's take the height. Now the height, we will consider this triangle here, from there to the middle of the bottom to there, and that right angle triangle it forms. We know this one here is 10. We'd really like to know that. Now that is halfway across the triangle, and halfway across the triangle there is what we just found. So the triangle we've got, slight height of 10, we don't know the height, we'd like to, and this here is root 27 on 2. So x will equal the square root of 100 minus 27 on root, no, you square it, 27 on 4. 100 minus 27 divided by 4. X is equal to the square root of 93.25. Ideally, we wouldn't go to decimals, but it's an exact decimal, so I'll get away with it now. So, our volume is going to be a third multiplied by 3 root 27 multiplied by root 93.25. And you can throw that in your calculators and just make sure the final answer is in centimeters cubed. Thank you very much.